Hi guys, today I will talk about organizational structure. Organizational structure is very important to the project manager as it's going to determine the power and the authority of the project manager, and it's also going to determine the person the project manager will go to when he or she is in need of the resources. We normally have three types of the organizational structure. Number one, you have functional organizational structure. Number two, you have matrix organizational structure. And number three, you have what we call a project-oriented or a projectized organizational structure. I will start by discussing functional organizational structure. In functional organizational structure, organization is divided according to the departments or what the organization does. For example, in banking, we can have procurement department, we can have finance department, operations department, marketing department, etc. In this type of the organizational structure, functional manager makes most of the decision. The employee or the project manager and the team, they normally do project work besides their normal departmental work. Projects, they are normally done in the single departments. And one advantage of working in this organizational structure is that there is home. Once the project is over, the employee or the project manager and the team, they go back to their departments and continue with their normal departmental work. Disadvantage of organizational structure is that the power and the authority of the project manager is limited, or the power and the authority of the project manager are limited. The role of the project manager is that one of a coordinator or expediter. I would like to distinguish between a coordinator and expediter. Expediter is just a spokesperson. You are doing what you are told by the functional manager. If you are working as a project manager and you are always that one of expediter, you are doing what you are told. You are implementing what the functional manager wants you to do, to implement. You are just a spokesperson. You cannot make and you can also not enforce any decision. On the other hand, who is a coordinator? A coordinator has some powers, can make some decision. But once you make those decisions, you have to report to the senior management, or you have to report to the higher authority. Functional organizational structure is very common in those organizations whose focus is not to do projects. Number two, we have projectized or project-oriented organizational structure. In this type of the organizational structure, organization is divided according to the project. For instance, we can have the ECO on the top, project A, project B, project C, and each one of these projects has got a project manager who is in charge. One advantage of working this type of the organizational structure is that the project manager has got the highest authority. If you compare this with matrix and functional, you are going to note that the project manager who is working a projectized or project-oriented organizational structure has got the highest authority, makes most of the decision regarding resources, etc. One disadvantage of working this organizational structure is that there is no home. Once the project is over, the project manager and the team, they become jobless. This organizational structure is very common in those organizations whose focus is to do projects. It's also very common in NGOs. Number three, we have matrix organizational structure. When you see what the matrix, think about two managers. We have functional manager and the project manager. Matrix organizational structure is further divided or classified into three, depending on the power of the project manager. We have number one, weak or matrix organizational structure. Number two, we have balanced matrix organizational structure. And number three, we have strong matrix organizational structure. The first category, we have weak matrix. And in weak matrix, project manager is weak, functional manager is strong. The position of the project manager is part-time and not full-time. The role of the project manager is that one of a coordinator or expediter. Then number two, we have balanced matrix. And in balanced matrix, both the functional manager and the project manager have got equal powers. Again, it can be a source of conflict because the employees, they are receiving instruction from two managers. Then number three, we have strong matrix. In strong matrix, project manager is strong. Project manager makes most of the decision. The functional manager is weak. Project manager is strong. Organizational, with this type of organizational structure, have got PMO department, and we can have many projects being done in the same organization. I hope you have learned something today. If you have liked this video, kindly don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if there is anything that you'd like me to discuss, any concept that you don't understand, kindly let me know through comment section below.